Welcome back. This is GLP-1 Real Talk Live. And me and my co host, we're here to talk the real talk about being on a GLP-1 and weight loss. Let's introduce the panel.
Hello, I'm Kara Waters, and I have a channel called Be Well with Kara, where we are becoming well in every way: mind, body, emotions, and spirit. I'm taking the GLP-1 medication Zepbound. I'm on month 5 and 7.5 milligrams. I have lost, I should have brought it with me, over 20 pounds, like 25 pounds, I think, as of yesterday or today, and 47 since being on, like before I started Zepbound, total. Thank you.
And go ahead, Gemini Diva.
Hi, I'm Gemini Diva, aka Trina. I've been on Ozempic. I was on Ozempic for a year and a half. Now I'm on Mounjaro, the 7.5. I done lost a total weight of 55 pounds.
Yay.
Congratulations on your 55-pound weight loss. And I am Kendi K, and I've been on my GLP-1. I have to ask Kara, what week is this for you, Kara?
24.
Okay, so I think I'm on week 25 then, taking Zepbound, and I'm on the 5 milligram dose. And 2 days, I've lost 41 pounds. Well, a little bit over that, but I kind of like for it to stick, roll over to the next week, and then I feel like it's still weight loss for me. But y'all, we're going to be your panelists. We may have some other panelists joining us, but y'all, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Y'all, we're talking about all the things that we did not know about taking a GLP-1. We're going to be talking about some of those things today. Let's start with the benefits of taking GLP-1s. And more than anything, I know for me, taking a GLP-1 has benefited my overall health. Kara, I'm going to throw it right back to you. Would you talk about how GLP-1s have positively affected your health, if you would?
Yes, I love to. I always, when somebody starts talking about this, I start to feel like I'm bursting because I was shocked. Within less than 24 hours, I felt so much better in every way. So I have a comorbidity. I have psoriatic arthritis, and it is an inflammatory arthritis. It's an autoimmune disease, and it has flares, and so it ebbs and flows. Sometimes I forget that I have it for just a day or so, but then other times it's worse than I would expect it could be. And I was in one of those high painful flares when I started Zepbound. And I mean, when I got up to go to the restroom, so that's why I say less than 24 hours. It was probably less than 12, actually. I noticed, I can walk a little bit better. I'm not as stiff and I'm not as painful. Then throughout that day, I noticed so many different ways that I felt better, including not being hungry and not having food noise. So all of my issues were diminished for sure. All of my issues in that regard, anyway.
I know that's right. Trina, have GLP-1s positively affected your health?
It has. I was first diagnosed with congestive heart failure.
Wow.
And then I was diagnosed with diabetes. And then I had a stroke. And then I just said, okay, enough is enough. I'm only, in my mid 30s, enough is enough. So in my 40s, I decided to get on Ozempic, more to regulate my diabetes side. And then I jumped to Mounjaro as a help to my weight loss. So yes, I feel lighter. I feel, better. I feel good about myself. No, it's not going to go away. The diabetes and the congestive heart failure, it's not going to go away, but it makes it easier.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
to live with.
Tell me this, Trina, because you said you're type 2 diabetic, how have your A1Cs improved because of taking now Mounjaro?
I started off at a 17. I'm
Whoa.
down to a 6.3 the last I checked. So it has helped me tremendously.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you are in our chat, and we want to welcome in all of those who are joining us, happy to see you, Jerry G. And I happen to know that Jerry G is also taking a GLP-1. Um, and so glad to see you here today. We want to welcome in Life of Vivi. She says she's taking Mounjaro. She's on a 12.5 dose. That is a higher dose. And Vivi, if you don't mind, would you share with us how long you have been on your
Yeah.
medication? Because you have lost a significant amount of weight as well. So congratulations to you for that. And we want to welcome in a mom of 3 boys who just look at there, just became a member on my channel. So thank you for being here for this edition of GLP-1 Real Talk Live. Friends, there are so many good things to say about GLP-1s. I could just start talking about all of the positive benefits of GLP-1s, but you mentioned one, Cara. You said the food noise, and that you saw the difference in food noise
Yeah.
almost immediately. So I'll let you go ahead and take that one first. But maybe if
Yeah.
you would start by telling everyone, maybe if someone is just now thinking about considering taking a GLP-1, would you share a little bit about what a food noise is, and then tell us how the food noise has been impacted by your continued use of GLP-1s?
Absolutely. I first have to say, hey, there's my brother. There's my twin, my downsized twin.
Hello, hello.
Julio's in the house. Yes. So food noise. It's amazing because on that same first day, I came to understand what it was because I didn't have it anymore. It wasn't like 100% gone, but it was so far gone that I was like, oh, this is real life. This is what other people experience, because I had never been free of it, but I didn't understand like what to call it. So food noise is basically, for different people it can kind of manifest in different ways, but overall it is like constant thoughts about food. Like when some people say when they're eating breakfast, they're already thinking about what am I going to eat for lunch and dinner, or when they are not hungry, they're thinking about the food that's in the pantry. It's like it's calling us. And I love to share that for months now, one of my favorite treats, these little turtle candies, are in my pantry, and I see them every day. But I'm just like, hey, I see y'all. I'll have you when I want you, but I'm good. And I love that. It's freedom. It's freedom. So I hope that answered the question well for you.
It did. It did. And why don't you share a little bit about, introduce us to you for those who don't know you, Julio? Would you tell us a little bit about your journey, and then talk about what role does food noise play in your life because of your continued use of GLP-1s?
Sure, thank you. My name's Julio Zayas. I've been on a GOP journey since November 3rd, 2025. So I'm just a little over 9 months now. And I started on 2.5 milligrams of Manjaro from my doctor. And about 5 weeks into it, I titrated up to 5 milligrams of Zepbound. And I've been on 5 milligrams ever since. And I started at 247 pounds, my journey, and I'm 194 pounds now. And that's pretty much it as far as my background. And when it comes to food noise, I was lucky and one of the fortunate ones that within 2 hours of taking the medication on November 3rd, I experienced what was completely new to me. I had never even heard the expression food noise, or the name. And within like 2 hours of taking the first injection, I experienced this clearing in my head. This what I often say, it felt like somebody took a radio, an annoying sound, annoying radio music in the background, and just turned it off. So much so, it was so abrupt and strange to me that I actually called my wife at work, and I was like, "There's something going on in my head, and I'm not really sure what it is." Like, I was really kind of nervous a little bit. I was like, "What did this medication do to my brain?" And I went on YouTube and started, looking at other channels, and that's when I learned about food noise and became a little bit more educated on it. And ever since then, I've been very fortunate, and knock on wood, that the food noise has been gone the entire time. And thank goodness, because that's my number one reason why I take this medication, because it was that horrific having food noise.
I agree. I agree. And Trina, tell us how you've been impacted by food noise or the lack thereof.
My food noise is gone, but with me being diabetic, it's like I have to eat something. So I didn't immediately just change the way I eat. My doctor once told me it's not what you eat, it's how much you eat. So I took that to heart. I slowly went down. Like, I got big bags of chips. No, I section amount to sandwich size bags of chips, and I bought the protein shakes and the yogurt, so I incorporate them. The frozen fruit, I incorporate that. I went from beef to just straight chicken. It's there, but it's not like in your face all the time. It's in there. I gotta have it. It's not that. It's like, okay, I know it's there. I'll get it when I feel like it. Kind of thing. But it's not. Oh, I gotta have it because it's there. I see it. I gotta have it. No, it's okay. I see you. I'll get to you whenever.
Yes, I do. Y'all see me just nodding my head? Yes, because this medication works on your body in so many ways. Number one, it slows down gastric emptying. So food moves through your body slower, so you feel full and you won't have the urge to eat. But then Julio's exactly right. From what I understand, and I am not a medical provider. In fact, we're not medical providers. We're just sharing our GLP-1 weight loss stories. But from what I understand, it also does work on a portion of the brain, the hypothalamus, that does give you that urge to want to eat and do other impulsive things. And so it kind of calms that part of our brain down. And so we are less likely to overeat in that manner. And just like everyone else, that has been one of the biggest benefits, is that food is no longer a priority in my life and in my days. Let's welcome in some of our friends who are joining us on this stream. We've got Sandra James, Living It. Thank you, Jerry G. Y'all, me and this hair, there's a story there. It's a story time there. We want to welcome Faithful GLP-1 Journey. Welcome in, Grant. Thank you all for being here. And there's Julio dropping in there. And there's Cookie J. Let me go back and make sure we didn't miss anybody. Vivi, thank you for being here with us, friend. I appreciate you. Gemini Diva is greeting everybody as well. Friends, if you are on a GLP-1, if you have any questions, perhaps you're just thinking about starting a GLP-1 journey, please let us know. Because, friends, what we know for sure is that there are so many benefits of taking a GLP-1 beyond just the food noise, beyond just helping with some of the comorbidities. At one time, I was taking as many as 3 high blood pressure medications. Y'all, I have backed myself down. My doctor has backed me down off of one of those, and now I am self-backing myself. Don't tell my doctor that. I am self-backing myself off the other, but I am tracking my blood pressure daily, because that's what my doctor is going to need, is a log of my blood pressures over time, so that they can make a decision to see if I can get down to just one or none. And y'all, let's talk about some of these other medical benefits. I don't know how well you all can see that, but I saw this information in Health magazine, and it is a survey of over 500 GLP-1 users. And these are some of the medical benefits. First of all, they said weight loss. And I would just like the panelists, if you can see that, would you talk about any one of those medical benefits? Or maybe we need to kind of just move on over to some of the lifestyle benefits beyond just feeling better in our bodies. There are so many other benefits to having this medication in our lives. Who wants to go first?
I'll take one.
Okay.
So I see clothes fit better. So I shared last week that I have to wear a blue dress for an engagement that I have to sing with some people for the end of this week. And I was like, I don't really want to buy a dress because I'm in process. I'm not done, and I'm going somewhere, and I'm going faster than I thought I would. I'm so excited about this progress. So I didn't want to invest, but I was like, but I have to, do what I need to do. And the Lord reminded me that I have this blue dress that my mother gave me a couple of years ago that was way too tight. So that's why I still had tags on it and everything. So it's just in the closet smiling at me like one day. Well, I was like, maybe I can wear it with something over it, like a jacket or something. So I came home and I tried it on, and y'all, it fit. And it is like 4 sizes smaller than where my mind still is, because I know I've lost some weight, but the number has not been as big as it could be, but it's not just the number. So I love that early on, I was a slow loser. I was like at the low end of what they say is normal, which is 0.8 pounds every week. And it's such a good thing to have to accept not being so involved with the scale, because the scale is information. I say data, not identity. And in adopting that, I just kind of let it go, and I just take the information every day, and I share it with people, because some people want the numbers, but it's not what my heart and mind are wrapped up in. So to see that I can fit this dress is just proof that changes are happening. And it's just really encouraging, and it makes me excited about trying on clothes again. And, it's just a great thing. So I saw that one and I honed in on it because that just happened. So I'm excited about it.
Very good. Very good. And who wants to take the next one?
I'll jump in. For me, I assume it can be any of these, or even if they're not here, because for me, joint, on the medical benefit side, joint pain, when the inflammation, that was almost immediate. I had really bad pain in my ankles before I started the medication, and just getting out of bed every morning was a chore and painful, and I didn't even realize how painful it was until it went away. And then I'm like, man, I was living like that. It's crazy. The things that we kind of get used to, and we just kind of just deal with it on a day-to-day basis. We're just thinking we're just getting old, and it's just life. And then you take this medication, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, what a difference, on my wrist, my fingers, my ankles, my elbows, my shoulders. And as far as lifestyle, I'll mix the two together. I always wanted to be a person that worked out of the gym. I always wanted to be that guy that went to the gym. And I made attempts my entire life over and over and over. But I would always just, the obesity would take over, the food noise. And I always let people know that I would spend hours in a parking lot, at the gym parking lot, debating, in my head, just negotiating with myself. Should I go inside, or should I go to the bagel shop and get a couple of bagels with cream cheese and coffee? And, and bagels would usually win, right? And then all of a sudden I'm taking this medication, and now, and I know this doesn't happen to everybody, which is really, I really would like to know why. I want to talk to Dr. Anya or some doctor that knows about this stuff to really know why for some people it happens, but not for others. But I have got this like newfound love for the gym. Like now I enjoy the gym. I go to the gym all the time. I get in the parking lot. There's no negotiating. I go straight inside the gym and enjoy my workouts. There's times where I don't even want to leave the gym. I just want to, I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta go to work, or I gotta go somewhere. And so, which is strange because that's not a side effect, a typical side effect of taking the medication. But that has been one of my lifestyle wonders from this medication. And it goes hand in hand with the pain. The pain is gone, so I don't feel the pain. I can work out. I don't feel any type of joint pain, and I do jujitsu as well, and I enjoy that, and I'm not in pain, so it's great.
Go ahead, Trina.
I'm going to piggyback off of Julio and say, that goes hand in hand with the increased confidence. Because I was one that never went to the gym. And if I did, I would go late at night when there's like one or two people in there. I did not feel it. I was like, no, I don't want nobody to see me, like this. So yes, I wore the bigger clothes and, the sagging, I'm a woman. I went to the men's clothes, because they're bigger on me. So I was like, no, I can't do it. Now, I've never owned a full length mirror, but now I do.
Yay.
So that is one thing that I like. I like that confidence. Now I go to the gym. I go outside and be like, I don't care what people think about me. I'm losing the way, people tell me, oh, I see it. Until I see it, I don't believe it. But now that I see it, I'm like, can't tell me nothing. I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me.
I agree with you, Trina. This is a medication that I am going to be taking. Until. And if that means, I've been taking high blood pressure medication since, y'all, I was like a senior in high school or earlier is when I first started taking a water pill to reduce my blood pressure. Yes. So, yeah.
I never knew that.
When I say that this medication has changed my life already, even on week 25, Cara has assured me that I'm on week 25 of my Zepbound weight loss journey. I really do need to journal all these things and write them down so I don't forget. But yeah, the benefits to our health and to our lifestyle. Trina, I'm so glad you talked about that confidence thing. And Julio mentioned it a little bit. Just sitting, I think we've all been there as overweight people, as me as an obese person. Just sitting there saying, are there a lot of people in there? Are they going to be looking at me? Right. Yeah, they're looking at you. Yes, they are. But something that this survey from Health Magazine talked about is that there's also a stigma about GLP-1 use. Mm-hmm. Has anyone experienced that? Have you had people comment to you once they realize that you are taking a GLP-1 for medical weight loss? Does anyone want to speak to that one?
I was going to say, I feel like Julio's chomping at the bit, so I was going to defer to him.
Are you sure? You can go ahead.
Sure.
All right. So, I get it on the channel a lot. Of course, I have a channel called Riding the Tide. But not just that, I have a very close family member that we did dieting together for years. We did any diet, we know, the keto, the carnivore, we dieted together. And when I started this medication, I was like, "Oh, you got to check this out. This is crazy. This is insane. The way it's helping me and all that." Still to this day, no interest. Doesn't want to talk about it. Nothing,
Right.
which was really caught me off guard. And then the whole side of the family, it's a family member, and the whole side of the family kind of seems like they don't want to really talk about it too much. Their beliefs are not aligned with taking this medication. So it's interesting. It's a very interesting thing because my wife and my sister are taking it, and now I don't know if you guys saw. I just put out a video. My mother-in-law started taking it, and we're all related to this side of the family. So, it's almost like we're all on it now, except for them. And it's a very strange dynamic because we are very close family members, and we celebrate everybody. Like they were just here for my birthday recently, and we celebrate every holiday. We did July 4th. I made a video on that as well, big boil and stuff. And so, you know, it's a weird thing. I mean, I look completely different. My sister looks completely different, and they have no choice but to see us and be like, "Hey, you guys look great. All right." And then they want to move on from the conversation because they know we're going to be talking about it. I mean, they know I got a YouTube channel, and they're all subscribed, but they don't watch, they don't follow, they don't understand, and they don't want to know. That's very strange to me.
All right.
That is strange. Do you think perhaps, Julio, that because they are also dealing with weight loss issues, and do you think that they are uncomfortable with acknowledging your significant weight loss? And now you mentioned your wife and your mother also taking GLP-1s and other family members. Do you think that that makes them think about their own obesity and weight issues?
What the reason I think, and this is just me speculating because I don't know, they haven't told me, but the thing that I think has to do with the beliefs. There maybe political beliefs when it comes to pharmaceuticals or injecting yourself. They were the type that were against the whole COVID thing, and you don't take anything that the government gives you, that type of thing. So I think it has to do something with that, but it's just me. That's all I can come up with because, and they did mention that they were afraid of needles, but then when I was like, hey, there's a pill coming out, there's a fix for that, and still, and the answer has always been, I'll research it someday, I'll look into it, but I haven't looked into it yet. So I'm like, there's no better person that look into it with than me because I've been looking into it a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Cara.
I spent 3 hours with Dr. Anya. If
Yes.
I know.
If I don't know enough, come on.
Yes.
No pun intended. Enough.
Before Cara rings in, would you
I see
just
what you
make
did
sure
there.
folks know who the infamous Dr. Anya is?
Yes. So Dr. Anya Yastreboff, she is one of the leading doctors in our space in GLP-1s. She's a scientist. She has been conducting the trials. She's a professor at Yale University, and she's also a doctor and scientist. And she is very famous because she co-wrote a phenomenal GLP-1 book. If you haven't seen it and you're not aware of it, it's called Enough. And she did it with the very amazing Oprah Winfrey. And I got to meet her OAC and spent hours and hours talking to her. I mean, 3 hours total, but it seemed like forever. And she's so passionate, kind, and gave her time, and she was more than willing to. And it was just an amazing, amazing experience.
Thank you. And Cara, let me just say, if you all are taking a GLP-1, if you're thinking about taking a GLP-1, we all take a pen injections or we're injecting using a syringe, as because we're self-pay customers. I know Julio and I are self-pay customers taking Zepbound. But would you all drop in and tell us a little bit about your story, and have you been stigmatized? And let's hear from Cara.
So I have not been directly stigmatized, but my answer is kind of multi-tiered, and I'm going to try to be as succinct as possible.
Take your
Okay,
time.
so I was introduced to the idea by my brother. So when I'm hearing Julio, my other brother, talking about this, I'm like, that's so ironic, because my brother, who's 7 years younger, took it because he has diabetes, and he did so well on it. And he was like, you should really try it. And I was like, but I don't have diabetes. Why would I take a medication for diabetics when I don't have diabetes? I don't want to I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, I don't want to stir it up. I don't want to. I knew I was flirting with danger, being as heavy as I've been for so long and not having any medical conditions other than the autoimmune disease. And sometimes people who don't have metabolic disorders or dysregulations can have psoriatic arthritis. So I wasn't connecting them, but I didn't know what it was. And I think often people don't know what it is. They don't know what it does. And we know because we all talk about it here all the time. And this is our safe space. This is our sweet, encouraging, supportive family that I never take for granted. And I want none of us to, because the fact that we don't get heckled from the inside is a miracle. It's amazing. And I love that the people who started before we did helped to create that safe space where they didn't tolerate people shaming people. Because I came into this, like Julio said, when I knew I wanted to take it because my doctor took it. That's what got me there. My medical professional, who's also a friend of our family, started taking the medication, and he did amazingly on it. So he was like, when you're ready, let's talk about it, because I think you'll do great on it. So when I was ready to ask questions, I did. And everything that he told me sounded like, oh, okay, well, this will be fine. So when I was ready, I told my brother that I was going to do it. He was like, finally, I'm so glad, because it's like, you're perfect for it. And I know that you'll do well. So if you're out there and you're just kind of flirting with the idea or like curious about it, hopeful a little, but scared and think, it's overwhelming. It's not. It doesn't have to be. There are so many people in this space. Just put it in the search bar, whatever your question is. And I bet most of us have answered it in our own way. And that is such a wonderful blessing. This place is amazing. And another thing I wanted to share is, as I am sharing, because I feel like I have a whole nother life out there. I do things that are kind of like in the public eye. The Lord knows that I love to hide. Like, even before I had weight issues, it's just, I want to cheer everybody else on, and I'd love to hide. I've worked my way out of it because I'm called to be seen. Most of us are. Just poke you right there real quick. Most of us are, and it's a process. So as I have evolved in this way, it's been really hard being a heavier person, especially a woman. And I'm not discounting my brothers. Y'all know that. I just think that our culture in America specifically targets women like we're not allowed to be heavy. And we can talk, that's a whole nother, we need to address that one day on the live, because that's a whole nother story. But I wanted to hide, but now, because I have hope, I'm happy to show up even in this larger body, because it's changing. And I'm like, watch me, because I'm changing and I'm growing and I'm becoming stronger in every way on the inside, and I'm getting some muscles, so keep watching. And that's different. I never would have been like, keep watching. I'm never going to be like popping my collar and like, all that. But the fact that I'm okay being seen is new.
Right.
I did it scared before. Now I'm like, hey, y'all, come sit with me and let's talk about it. So I love that. And one last thing, the flip side of that is, as I am progressing and people are like, what's going on? What you doing? And I'm sharing, they're going, oh, and these are people that I've never seen as people who had a weight issue. They're going, oh yeah, I took that. And I'm like, what? Why didn't you tell me? I was struggling over here. But people have been doing this for a long time, friends. People that you think are just handling it. And like, why can't I be like that friend or that cousin or that sister or whoever? Even sisters have hidden it because the shame is so heavy. And I'm not criticizing them. I'm just saying, don't think that you're the only one. People just aren't talking about it. I'm willing to talk about it because this has been, like we all have said, it's been such an amazing, liberating, healing process. And I'm not half done, but I'm here for all of it. And I'm here for all of it with you, like what you're doing and how you're growing. It amazes me and blows my mind. So because of that, it's worth sharing. It's worth being vulnerable. So just do it. Just as the downsized friends say, just take the shot. Christopher loves to say, just take the shot. So let's just take the shot.
And I did. I took that words of advice. And like you, my doctor was also taking a GLP-1 and lost weight. And so when I asked for Zepbound by name at my doctor's appointment, he was more than thrilled to hear that information and went out and got the practice pen. And then I said, well, wait a minute, though. I already know it's not covered by my insurance. And so I'm going to have to get the little microdosing vials and very small needles, y'all. But I think people tend not to speak about it because of the things we've already said, because of the stigmas. Certainly when in this health survey that was given to over 500 GLP-1 users, what they said was 89% of them said that obesity stigmas are real. Because as we've all acknowledged, we've all experienced that. We've all experienced that in bigger bodies. And for that reason, I think that is why some people hide their use of GLP-1s, because they don't want to be further stigmatized, right? And then we see folks, we see celebrities, and you're right, Cara, people have been taking this medication for years.
Yes.
4 years.
Yeah.
And I guess, 76% of people said, and there's still stigmas now attached with GLP-1 use.
Yeah.
So you're darned if you do, you're darned if we don't. But I'm going it. I'm gonna have better health, so I'm gonna take my GLP-1. That's what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
We've got some great comments coming in and some questions, and I want to make sure that we're honoring those who are joining us. And some folks are joining us from Cara's stream as well. So thank you all for joining us. However you're meeting us here, thank you for being here. And we're going to start looking at all of your comments. We've been doing them here and there, but let's take some time out and let's hear from some of our guests. Peachy Panda says, my mother-in-law started first, hoping to get her 2 sons on it. But they resisted, partly because they are type 1 diabetes. We know JC Calamity Jane. She is a YouTuber, and she has been very transparent about her Zepbound use as a type 1 diabetic.
Right.
So check out JC Calamity Jane. I think she just goes by Calamity Jane now, though. So check that out. We call her our real life Calamity Jane. She then offered to help me get on it, and 5 months in, my husband has finally started. Look at that praise report. Peachy Panda, please stay connected with this great community and let us know how you're doing and how he is doing. I love that. You said your mother-in-law started. Okay, Peachy Panda says, but sadly, his brother and wife are very against it. Julio mentioned some of the politics and being anti-prescription drugs, I think, but you know what? Despite any political views I might have, my health is my wealth, and I'm worth it, even as a self-pay customer. Those are my beliefs, and I don't mind sharing it. Especially in this supportive community that we have here in the YouTube streets. Thank you. Everybody's talking about it. You got to watch a video on my channel. And there's part 2 coming about my hair. There is a story there.
Hair adventures of KK.
And everyone is congratulating Peachy Panda. Thank you for joining us
Yeah.
today. Caring for others for and me. Terry says she feels the same way,
too,
the
Terry.
exact same way. Her only regret is waiting so long to start. I had that same regret. I could have started last October at my 50th birthday. And I just hemmed and hawed, trying to do all the appeals process, trying to have a sleep apnea study, because Zepbound is actually a prescription drug for the treatment of sleep apnea. And all GLP-1s, the main side effect is weight loss. So no matter if you're taking Mounjaro, and there's now even pill forms. Foundayo is a new pill form from Eli Lilly, but there are other pills. You could take it as a daily dose, but we all take a weekly dose. I would love to have someone, if you're taking a GLP-1 weight loss pill, we'd love to invite you to come and be a part of our weekly panel. And since I said that, would you please, y'all, if you're interested in being part of our weekly weight loss panel, check in the description box and you'll be able to get all the details. Just send me an email and I'll reach right back out to you, because we're here every Monday. We're here every Monday and we're just talking about our weight loss journeys, learning from each other.
Yes.
Let's talk about what we're eating this week. What are you eating this week? What have you? It's just Monday, and y'all, what have I eating this week? Not very much, because I took my dose. I'm back to Fridays, y'all. I'm back to my Friday dose because that's what seemed to work well for my body. But life happens, and sometimes I take it on Sunday, sometimes I took it on Saturday, and one time I even took it on Monday. But I'm back to my Friday dose. Took it at midnight, and y'all, when I first take my medication, it is so difficult to eat. So when we talk about the food noise, the urge to eat is silenced, it's gone. It's gone. So you have to remind yourself to eat. You have to make yourself eat. Gemini Diva talked about using protein shakes for that. So anybody want to share something that they eat on this GLP-1 journey? Because then I want to come back and tell y'all what I ate today that did not work with me on my GLP-1 weight loss journey. Go ahead, Trina.
I'm eating a leftover from yesterday, which I made chicken sausage, sweet potatoes, and broccoli. There's a video out on that. My first video I did in the year 2026. But yeah, I eat that at least twice a month. And then, I just started doing protein shakes. I am going to do a video on protein muffins. So whenever I get the ingredients, which will probably be either tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to do them and I'll eat on them for breakfast. But yeah, I at least have, my chicken sausage. So whatever, fried chicken, baked chicken, air fried chicken, chicken tacos, chicken enchiladas, it's nothing but chicken in my house.
Okay.
What kind of chicken sausage are you eating? I haven't had a good one. I'd love to have some.
It's
It's okay. Just let us know at some point. You can even
I use Adele's. I use Adele's chicken sausage, Cara.
I've seen that, but I
they have different flavors. They've got the apple and something, and they've got the.
I use chicken apple sausage. It comes in a package, so it's chicken links, and I just cut them up into bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
And y'all, for selfish reasons, I saw Gemini Divas. That's Trina, y'all, to us. Trina's new video on this sheet pan meal with chicken sausage, broccoli, and frozen sweet potatoes. And y'all, it looked so doggone delicious, y'all. I've pinned it to the top of the comments. So if you're looking for a quick and easy one sheet pan meal using frozen veggies, oh my goodness, y'all, jump over here to Kenny K stream and check the comments at the top, because I pinned a link. And y'all, that food looked amazing, Gemini Diva.
That sounds cool.
Wow. And it just so happens
I was just sitting and I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna eat this. And I was like, well, let me share this to the world. You know, maybe somebody else will like it. You know, not just me. So I did.
Oh, honey, you gave me an idea. Just so happens over the weekend, I did a very small Walmart grocery haul, curbside pickup, and I had some chicken sausage. No idea what I was going to cook with them, but now I know I have my broccoli in the freezer, so I'm just going to stop by and pick me up some frozen sweet potatoes, because how do you feel about our food supply? We're taking a moment to talk a little bit about food on a GLP-1. What are y'all doing? Because so many of our produce products are making folks sick across the country.
I've been doing a lot of frozen veggies for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
it's
frozen.
Convenient also.
I eat frozen vegetables anyway.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay. Julio, what are you doing? What are you and your family? What are you and your wife? What are y'all doing? You and the children?
The biggest thing that we eat, I mean, and I'm talking like, I would say 85% of the time, is either chicken breast or chicken thighs and sweet potatoes. That's like our biggest go-to meal. I'll throw in some Brussels sprouts, frozen Brussels sprouts, or broccoli as a vegetable, but that's pretty much like the most that we will sprinkle in some like taco meat, like some, ground beef. We'll do that, and then once in a while some steaks. But for the most part, it's almost. I mean, I'm on that grill, just grilling chicken left and right. I feel like every 3 or 4 days, I'm doing another batch of, 15, 16 chicken thighs or chicken breasts or something, or a mix of both. And my wife, she does the putting the ingredients on it and overnight in a Ziploc bag, so it's nice and ready to go for me the next day to cook it. So it's delicious.
Oh, marinating, yes.
Marinating, yeah. I can think of it.
Yes. Round robin, chicken breast or chicken thighs? Because chicken is a go-to for me as well. So round robin, Cara, chicken breast or chicken thighs?
Thighs for me. Thighs.
And Candy K is that thigh. Yeah. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs for me. But yeah, so you're fixing, Julio, you're fixing the whole family pack.
That's right. Oh yeah, every time. Yeah, the whole bag every single time. My wife marinates it in those big Ziploc bags and puts it in the fridge. And when I grab it, yeah, it's typically the entire bag.
Yeah. And we know already that Julio is our jiu-jitsu king. But what else do you do, ladies? Would you tell us what you do now that you've lost a good amount of weight? We've all lost a significant amount of weight, because y'all, I don't know in my lifetime that I've lost this much weight. Even at 41 plus pounds down, I don't know that I've ever lost this much weight at one time. So what are you doing? And we'll come back to you, Julio. But let's start with Cara. What are you doing to get more movement into your life now that you are weighing less?
I love that I'm enjoying movement. Let's just start there. Like, that was never a thing. Kind of like what Julio said. I used to avoid it, or it was like something I had to force myself to do, and I felt like I was punishing myself when I did it. But I love things that won't hurt my joints because I need to protect them. So now I do Pilates, the Pilates bar. I do chair aerobics. I use a kettlebell. I use resistance bands. And just this weekend, I added what might become my favorite of all time. I just started using a my brain is thinking about 12 things and I was like, what's it called? Vibration plate. Thank you. And I love it. I'm activating small muscles, large muscles. I am like draining my lymphatic system. I mean, it's amazing. It's 10 minutes at a time. And I'm going to do it, I think, twice a day. I think I'm going to do it in the morning and at night. And I'm loving it.
I love the vibration plate, Cara. I've had a vibration plate for over a year, so much longer than I've been on the GLP-1 journey. And yes. I use it in the morning before I do my Tai Chi. And then I use it as part of my wind down activities. But because I work at home, y'all, I can easily sit on a Zoom meeting for an hour, hour and a half.
Yes.
Get up, go to the bathroom, jump on vibration plate for 10 minutes. I do everything on mine in 10-minute little workouts. And y'all, Cara, I'm sure you've already noticed it. You just feel better. Yes. And I feel like it helps with constipation too. I do.
They say it does, but I'll tell you something else that it helps with that was shocking to me, because when I started thinking about it probably around the time when you got yours, but every time I would pray about it, the Lord was like, wait. And I was like, what am I waiting for? Okay, so what I was waiting for was he was going to give it to me, because a brand that I had searched asked me to do a review. That's how I got it. And I was like, oh, you gave it to me, and you gave me one that was a higher caliber that I wouldn't have probably splurged and bought for myself. But what I'm finding is when I was doing all that research, I thought I better be careful about my joints because it could, hurt me. It's the opposite. So if you don't know, friends, when we have to sustain like stability when a lot is moving, you actually trigger your body's response to build more healthy tissue to protect and strengthen the areas that are weak. So it actually can like reverse some of the damage that has happened in my joints and even strengthen my bones. And, that's something we're all not worried about, but like being attuned to, trying to make sure we're not forgetting to get in enough of the things that we need so that we don't weaken our bones. So I'm elated. I can't, you see, I'm stumbling over my way. I'm elated. I'm dumbfounded.
Have fun.
It was this great.
Do whatever you want. Trina, what are you doing to get more movement into your days?
Well, I dance around the house.
Yay!
I just put on my headphones and put on some music, and I'm just going. Also, the apartment I stay in, they have a fitness center, and I'm a block away from my main office where the fitness center is. So I will walk to the fitness center and then get on like the treadmill or the bike, and then I'll walk back, or I'll walk around the corner and come back. I'm always walking somewhere. But yeah, I do. I'll put on my headphones and just dance around the house.
That's awesome.
I love that. Hands up if you have more movement in your life since being on a GLP-1.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're losing weight. We feel better. I even feel like we look better, y'all. I feel like we look better. And when I look back at pictures, older pictures, I looked like I was tired. I looked like I wasn't quite feeling well. And I looked swollen. I mean, yeah, yeah. Excess weight affects you in so many ways. We want to say a great big hello to Uncle Charlie, who is using a carnivore diet for weight loss. I love that no matter what brings you here, we're just really talking weight loss and sharing things that are working for us and answering any questions you might have about GLP-1 use or just weight loss in general. So welcome in, Uncle Charlie.
I love that he's incorporating both, because sometimes I think people think we have to do one or the other, and you don't.
You don't. Yes.
You don't.
Yeah. Because I think we all said we eat an awful lot of chicken. So, yeah. So it's not just one chicken thigh, y'all. I try to go in and get 2 in, and I'm at least going to get 1.5 thighs in, and yeah, and then I put a little lid on it, and then if I have an urge to snack, but y'all really, like Cara said earlier, you don't even want the turtle, you don't even want the chocolate. No, if you want something else, I'm gonna grab some Greek yogurt and
Give
some
me
apple
a couple
cider.
of prunes. I'm obsessed. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I'm up to 2 prunes a day so that I can not be constipated, because constipation is a side effect of taking the medication. Maria, go ahead. Go ahead, Trina.
I was like, I can't do prunes. I'm nectarines all day.
Yum.
Like I just had nectarines before I even got on this live. I just had nectarines.
Nectarines are delicious. I love nectarines. Maria says, I eat barbells, am I saying that right?
I think it's Bear Bells. What do you
Bear
guys
Bells
think?
bar with my coffee every morning, and 1 Built bar. Oh, Bear Bells and Built bars. Okay, so those are all protein infused bars to help us. And y'all, those usually have a big boost of protein in them. And my big boosts of protein mainly come from my 30-gram protein shakes.
Mm-hmm. I tried one of those Bear Bells yesterday, and it was delicious. It was a caramel, help me, Lord. It was a caramel cashew Bear Bells. And the cashews, it was just tiny bits of it in the chocolate coating. And yeah, they were delicious. I'd never had it before.
Wow. Well, I've got to look that up. Bear Bells. Never heard of it.
They have so many flavors. Yeah.
I do Z bars. Now I do the strawberry cream Z bar.
I don't think I've had that one either.
So yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, y'all are saying caramel. You're saying what flavor did you just say, Trina?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. That sounds like Grant with cookies and cream. He drinks something with cookies and cream. Y'all, but Devil Dog says he loves this chat. We do too. We do too, y'all. We're here every Monday for the GLP-1 Real Talk Live weight loss panel. We're just talking weight loss. We're just talking about the things that matter to us most, and taking our GLP-1s, continuing on the road to better health is one of those things. Oh, we've got a lifestyle win and a body win, a health win. Maria says, I walk daily now and weight training every other day. Maria, I'd love to hear what you're doing for weight training as a lady. Cara has a kettlebell. I've got some hand weights that I'm doing, and I'm also in physical therapy twice a week. She says, I'm 69 and in maintenance. Whoa. Now, caring, I do know this. See, we're a community. Caring for others for me, caring for others and me. Her name is Terry. She is also retired, and she is also nearing maintenance. Is she in maintenance? She's nearing maintenance, and she's lost a significant amount of weight as well. Mobility is so much better. Listen to this, y'all. Mobility is so much better at 136 pounds versus 236. Wow. Congratulations, Maria. Wow. I'm just thrilled at the weight loss, Riding, Julio, I was going to say riding the tide, but Julio, what did you do for your birthday, and how was birthday eating now that you're on a GLP-1?
So my birthday was awesome. Thank you. I invited, we had our family over, and we typically do. I do what I call a 90-10 way of eating, where 90% of my week I'm eating healthy, and then 10% I have whatever I want to have. Yeah. So, and now within reason, and it's within reason just because I don't even have the desire to binge anymore like I used to. Before the medication, if I did the whole quote unquote cheat day or cheat meal, my brain went straight to, I'm going to eat this until I cannot breathe anymore. But now when I decide to eat pizza, let's say, I'll have 2 slices and I'm satiated. I'm good with 2 slices. Where before it was the full large pizza plus the wings plus the 2 liter of Coke and the whole thing. So for my birthday, I asked for a treat that I really love that my wife makes, are empanadas, and she made that. It's super fatty and it's deep fried, and so it's not something that I would normally eat, obviously. But I that was my ask, because she does such a good job making them. And she made quite a few of them. She made like 20 of them, for the whole family, and
Yeah.
everybody was eating them and stuff. So I had 2 on my birthday, which is not much for what I would normally eat. So that's it's nice. And I'm going to Puerto Rico this coming weekend, and I'm probably going to have an empanada there too.
Well, congratulations on your travel. Now, how has travel changed for you in a smaller body, Julio?
Oh, it's incredible. I went on the downsize cruise back in June, and I had gone on the same exact cruise the year before for my son's high school graduation. We took him and his girlfriend, and my wife and I went, and I had an actual breakdown at Coco Cay. When we got there, we were on the beach, and I literally broke down. The kids they're 19 years old, but they're kids to us, right? So the kids were out
Mine's
swimming, and
21.
my wife and I were on the beach, and I just basically broke down, and I was so depressed and so upset and so feeling so horrible in my own skin. And what really got to me is that my wife and my son were like, hey, Daddy, we're gonna be walking a lot. You don't have to keep up with us. We can't just sit around in the room, or because they know me. They know that I just couldn't walk, and it was super painful, and it was a lot for me.
Yeah.
So, and then with the food, I binge, and then I get lethargic. So it's like I either don't eat, right, and then I want to eat, so I'm upset because I'm not eating, or I eat and then I'm getting my family tell me, well, we got to go, and I'm like, I just want to sit down back, go to the room, take a nap. Or so it was incredible to go on this cruise a year later and been on the medication, at that point quite a while. So I had lost a lot of weight. I actually just made Wonderland at that point. And Christopher and I had this conversation on the ship from the downsized, and he said, well, you know what? This is your redemption cruise.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's a great word. Thank you for saying that. And it wasn't redemption just for me. It was redemption for my family, because they got a whole different dad and a whole different husband that wanted to walk. My wife and I didn't even take the elevator. We were walking up and down the stairs the whole time.
That tall staircase?
Yeah, I mean, we were on the 6th deck, and we were going all the way 11th and back down 11th and back down, and
That's a really good idea to get to your eatings. You're trying desserts and things on cruises and stuff because it's your own vacation.
Yeah.
But that's a good way to get your cardio in and get your steps in. Yeah,
That's right. I averaged 6,000 steps at home, and I was averaging 18 to 22,000 steps on the cruise.
Whoa.
Yeah, every day. So
That's phenomenal.
what a difference a
you eat more.
GLP-1
You tend to eat more on the cruise, but still, we're exercising way more. I was still hitting the gym, and then we were walking so much more. We walked all of Coco Cay. That one time we went the year before, we went to the beach right there by the front, and we never left that area. And this time we walked all the way around. It was great.
Yeah, Trina. I mean, the medication is the medication. Trina, I'm coming to you next, but I want to share a couple of things from the chat. Grant says, Faithful GLP-1 Journey, Grant says, moderation is key. And you just talked about it for your birthday, that you used moderation.
Right.
If you deny yourself too long, then you'll explode, right? Because we're pursuing weight loss using a GLP-1 because we're in pursuit of a better health and living life more abundantly. So you've got to take some time and have some of the things that you do enjoy. But I'll tell you one thing though, You probably won't eat as much because number one, the food noise will suppress some of those tastes, your taste buds, and it also changes the way food tastes. And Cookie J says, exactly, Grant. You got to make sure that this is a sustainable thing for you. These are changes we're making for life. I feel comfortable saying that now in week 25 of my Zepbound weight loss journey that I feel like I'm going to be on this for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident of that. I look forward to the birthdays and to the celebrations because I eat things that I don't usually eat. Yeah, they're treats. They're treats. They're treats. Trina, anything? I know y'all today.
Not really.
Okay, go ahead.
Not really. Motivation is key. I got my grandson, he's motivating me, and my granddaughter who just turned 1, she's motivating me, to get out there and just do me. I might be slow at it, but I'm out there. I'm doing what is best for me. Forget what everybody else think. I'm doing this for me.
I love that, Trina. We're doing this for ourselves. And in the process, we're doing it for our families. I'm doing it for
Right.
my son too. Yeah. There's a song that I see all over the internet now, all over YouTube. I celebrate me. I'm celebrating me. I am celebrating me
Mhm.
and investing, literally, financially investing in my health as a self-pay customer. So we're talking about all of these things, and I think it's important for us to also talk about any concerns we might have about GLP-1 use or any of the side effects that are less pleasant. I tried to pick up some chicken, but it was Raising Cane's chicken after physical therapy today, and y'all, it did not go well. My body did not like. I got down one of the 3 chicken tenders, deep fried chicken tenders from Raising Cane's, and the food was delicious. It tasted delicious. French fries, and then y'all, I tried to drink sweet tea mixed with lemonade. Let me just say it did not go well. Do you all have any concerns, or what would you tell a person if they are starting a GLP-1? I want folks to know that there are some concerns, and it could be a concern about anything. Maybe it's, do you have any concerns, Julio? And then I'll pass it on to Gemini Diva.
It's funny you bring that up. Just starting as a GLP-1, one of the mistakes that I made was one of my favorite foods is wings. Has been my entire life. So I was about week 2 of the GLP-1. I was starting to feel more comfortable. Like, you start to feel like, oh, maybe I can eat a little more. And we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, which is my favorite place to get wings. And
We
I'm like,
know.
yeah, I'm like, I want to give it a go. I want to give it a shot and see if I can eat my wings. And I ordered 20 wings, which is what I used to eat, and I eat them, and I actually ate them, which I was shocked. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I can eat this much. And I ate them, and I felt pretty good about it. I went home. I was excited. I'm like, hey, I can still do my 20 wings. Around 2 o'clock in the morning, I thought I was going to go to the emergency room. The pain in my stomach at that point was like, what is going on? And yeah, I definitely learned my lesson that on this medication, you definitely got to be very careful and take it seriously, and don't test it because it's going to bite you.
Moderation.
Yeah, 100%.
Moderation. And I think, again, we're retraining our brain, and the medication is also helping to retrain our brain. But you do when you find those things, like Cookie J in our comments is saying that she loves her daughter's homemade cinnamon rolls, and that is one of my weaknesses. But I already know that very sweet things don't work well for me on a GLP-1. And everybody's body is different. How your body is going to adapt to the medication. But I, for one, know that I probably could eat about half of a cinnamon roll, but it definitely would not have any icing on it because that would be too sweet for me. Trina, do you have any concerns or any maybe side effects, anything that what would you want to tell someone if they're just getting started on the medication?
If they're just getting started, I'll be like, I would tell somebody that you're not going to see results overnight. Put in the work, do what you got to do to make it work for you. Just don't think, oh, I'm going to take this GLP-1, I'm going to drop the weight instantly. No, you're not. I'm just being real with you. You're not going to lose it just like that. You got to actually work for it, for it to work. Yes, the food noise will cancel. I'm slow at for it to cancel. Like I just made a chocolate cake and only ate.
She's a baker,
me
y'all.
And my son, we only ate. Yes, yeah. I'm a baker. Me and my son, we just ate half of it. The other half went in the trash. So I know it's working. I like chocolate covered anything. Most time it would just sit there because I'm like okay, I bought it, but it'll take me a week to eat it. Just don't think that it's gonna be fast, easy. No, it's not. It's hard work, dedication, determination, motivation. It's all the Asians.
All the Asians.
So don't think that it's going to be instant and you'll feel better about yourself.
Everything that you said, Trina, and we have some friends. People are surely giving us great comments, and I love that because I get just as many ideas as I share on this panel. I hear from so many people, and even those who are in our comments. So y'all, thank you for joining us for this edition of GLP-1 Real Talk Live. TT says he's an over-the-road truck driver, and TT says I would stay away from fried foods because number one is lots of extra calories. And speaking of those fried strips, breaded and fried, that I tried to eat this afternoon, y'all, I probably haven't had anything fast food in probably at least 6 weeks, y'all. It just, my body never likes it, and I don't know what made me pull up. I think because it was the first time I was feeling hungry after taking my dose at midnight on Friday night. I have just kind of been drinking shakes. I ate some cabbage with some ham on Saturday and ate it again on Sunday. And because I just didn't have the food noise is silenced. Okay, not just turned down, it's silenced. Cookie says she tried Raising Cane's again a few months ago and she couldn't even eat not one strip. I brought a 3-piece. I considered, y'all, buying the child's meal. Right. I did consider that. She said it was just too greasy. And so for me, really, really sugary things and greasy things my body does not adjust well to them. My body does not just well them. We got to say hello to our friend Pammy. Hey, Pammy. Julio, would you tell us a little bit about your channel? And we're going to get out of here for this week, y'all.
Sure. Riding the Tide is the name of the channel. Riding the Tide means to go with the flow. I felt like before I took this medication, I was white knuckling, going against the current, and going with the flow is the way I feel now, that I'm going with the flow. And Tide it's got a little dash before Tide because that's like the end of peptide or Semaglutide, Tirzepatide, Tide. So it's got double meaning to it. But Yeah, it's my
Ta-da,
journey.
ta-da.
That's right. It's my journey on the channel, and I like to share my workouts. I share the stuff that I eat. I share my every Thursday. I do my shot. I take my shot on video, and I even dance. Shot, shot, shot,
Shot,
shot,
shot,
shot.
shot,
Everybody.
shot.
And yeah, I just try to keep it light and fun. I have a live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That usually goes to about 2.5 hours. And every Sunday night is the members only live, which we also go pretty late. And we now started doing Zoom. So now we Zoom right after the live. We do 1 hour of live with the members, and then we all go into a Zoom meeting and chat.
Oh, I've got to come see the Zooms.
Oh, it's so
Okay.
much fun. We get to see each other
Yeah.
and everything. And this week I'm going to be doing it from Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's
Yep.
going to
But
be
I will
nice.
be missing this one because I will be flying on the way home on
Well, I
Monday.
think
So I'll be
that's
missing
okay.
this.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I'll take a
okay.
week
In
off.
fact, please enjoy
Thank
that
you.
vacation in Puerto Rico on behalf of everyone, the GLP-1 Real Talk Live community.
Thank you.
Julio, it's a 10 out of 10. That's what I'm trying to say. Riding the Tide is a 10 out of 10 for Kendi K.
Thank
I
you.
highly recommend. Gemini Diva, tell us a little bit about your channel. Tell us what's going on in your world.
My channel is basically like a lifestyle channel slash book reviews because I'm a big reader. Um, I'm just now finishing up a series, so I will review that because I actually like the series. So I'm finishing that up. I got one more book to go on that series. Um, Sometimes I'll post, what I'm baking or what I'm cooking. It is all just how my mood. Sometimes like, oh, I should share this with the world, you know. So it's just whatever to me. But yeah, I will be doing a lot more book reviews.
And we want to say thank you, Trina, for telling us about what you've got going on your channel. And we want to say our hellos to our fellow panelists, Paula's Journey to Health. Y'all, if you're interested in any of our channels, go ahead and click on the description box and you'll be able to find a link to all of our channels if you want to come over and check us out. And don't be afraid to hit that like button, watch some of our content, and subscribe. Y'all, we'll be back here next week for GLP-1 Real Talk Live. In my channel, we're a lifestyle channel. I just share what Kendi K is doing while I'm 50 and fabulous as I head into my 51st birthday in October. Y'all, a lot of my content right now is centered about my weight loss journey because as I'm gaining better health, I want to share that with the world. Y'all, thank you for joining us for this edition of GLP-1 Real Talk Live. Goodbye for now.